Good evening, friends. Welcome to Python Digital Mastery. So today I came with a new concept or a new topic which we call as a friends like how many ways we can write a Python code. So today I'm going to discuss about like a Python coding styles. So we have a various type of Python coding styles. Among them is the three types which I'm going to discuss today, and I'm going to reveal you the secrets about these three styles, and I'm going to give you almost high opening friends like how we can write a simple code in a three different styles, and I'm going to tell you like where exactly we have to use these each styles. Okay, why do wait? Okay, let's move on and try to see what are all those styles. Okay, let me share my screen before going to that. Yeah, see friends, like Python coding, not only Python coding, in even most of the cases with respect to Python coding only I'm telling friends. So we have a three types of coding styles which I have informed. First one is something like a friends block code. Okay, whatever we are going to write, first basic code is a block kind of coding. Okay, with respect to the Python. Second, we are going to have a like a object oriented programming or a object oriented code. Okay. Second one is a object-oriented code. That is nothing but a OOPS related code. And third one is a functional code, friends. So if you try to see this functional code, we can use most of the cases like whenever you are performing a like a numpys and pandas, there we are going to perform like a data analysis and data science. There we are going to use this functional code. And block code, whenever you deal with a very basic Python coding, there we are going to like for a basic Python, we are going to use a block code. And object oriented code, basically whenever you are developing an application, okay, it could be a like web application or any related application, whenever you are performing, which you are deal with the object orientation. So most of the cases, like whenever we are performing the application friends, these kind of code we generally use it. Okay, whenever you are performing like Flask and Django, it's almost an object oriented programming friends. And among the block code, we have two types. Okay, among the block code, we have two types. So that is first one is what friends are a simple block code, which is a non-procedural code. Okay, we call it as a non-procedural code for the first basic one. We call it as a non-procedural code. So anything we can write like a basic like a programming, we'll call it as a non-procedural code. And the block code are also having a second type called as a procedural code, friends. It is something like a user-defined function. So whatever we are trying to write any program with respect to the block code, still we can write the same thing by using a procedural code as well. Okay, let's see and see how we are going to use them. Okay, so now I'm taking the simple calculation or a like addition method which I'm trying to take, or addition function which I'm trying to take up, a simple one so that anybody can understand. So that's why I'm taking this as an example. Okay, so now I'm performing a let's say simple addition only. We need a two parameters like a equal to 10 and I'm taking a b is equal to 20. So third variable is we know like AC I have taken, and just I'm summing up these two variables, and I'm trying to run this program, like I'm trying to run this program as a result. Okay, just as a result of addition or a result addition, just I'm trying to give it, and I'm giving the output as a C because I'm performing a summation. So this kind of code, basically we call it as a non-procedural code. Okay, this is nothing but a non-procedural code, which is a basic code we are performing an addition, friends. Okay, and the second thing we are same thing I can perform and I can achieve it by using a non-procedure like a procedure code as well. So for procedural code, you are going to define a user defined function, something like I'm giving as an example as add only, which we are going to have a positional parameters as a comma b, because I'm giving the two parameters by which I'm going to perform a what addition. Okay, just I'm trying to do a return, and I'm trying to give a plus b as a return because it is performing something like a addition, which I'm trying to do it by using a like a procedural code. So how I'm going to call them, friends? Simply same thing, I'm trying to do it like a I'm trying to get it like a result is equal to, simply I'm trying to get it the variable which I'm going to store the value, and I'm calling the same function like a friends. Let's same function I'm trying to add it, and I'm also trying to provide the value like a equal to 20. So this piece of code we'll call it as a procedural code, because you are performing a user defined function and you are calling the function by using a positional parameters as a comma b, and you are trying to return the output by performing the addition in the like a in the definition of a user defined function, which is something like a add function, and you are storing into the variable. Now I'm trying to run this program, same thing, I'm trying to use it like a, so now I'm trying to get it the result, okay, result add, and also I'm trying to get it in the form of a variable is a result. Okay, now I'm trying to run this program for same thing, I'm trying to get it like whenever I'm trying to run this program, I could see both outputs are same, well and same, because I'm performing the same action with a block code, and that is nothing but a, under the block code is a non-procedural code, and the same thing I'm trying to perform with respect to the procedural code under the block code. Okay, two are performing the same. And the second type is like a where we are going to apply whenever you are performing an application development like a Flask or Django, any kind of thing, we can go with the object-oriented programming. So whenever we are performing an object-oriented programming, friends, you have to define a class. Okay, I'm defining a class called as a class add. Okay, and whenever you are declaring any class, friends, you need to have a something like a what, friends, init method, because always whenever the object is getting created, there is an object called as a new object will be invoked, and in turn it is going to call a init method, friends. So this is the initiation method. Whenever it is going to call, whenever you are creating an object like instance method, okay, whenever you are creating an object, automatically the instance method will be going to invoke, and you are going to like a init method is going to call. So this is self is nothing but a current object, friends. Whenever you create an object, the self variable is responsible to process the data, or it is going to like each and every a variable. Basically whenever you create a add object, straight away this init method got invoked, friends. Okay, whenever you are initiating that, automatically each and every object, the self is nothing but a current object variables are got, current variables object will get initiated and it referenced with the value. Okay, so now how it is going to happen, like by using a self, the current object value of a will be assigned to a, and at the same time the current object b value will be assigned to the b variable. Okay, so now these are all something like a initiation method, but actual addition, whatever the addition logic you are going to perform, that can be done with the add method, friends. See, add method automatically is taking a self method that is nothing but a current object, so it is going to, it can like a, it can access the these two variables automatically by using this current method, friends. Okay, now I'm trying to return straight away, I'm trying to return what, I'm going to return what, I'm going to perform the addition, same thing what I have performed with respect to the like a other like a block code, which whatever I have done it, same thing I'm trying to perform with respect to the, even with the like a object oriented coding as well. Okay, self dot, see, I'm trying to get it like a each self dot a plus, and I'm trying to get it self dot b, which I'm trying to return like a addition only, friends. Okay, now this is the object where I've created I've created a class where we have a initiation method because it's an instance class, and at the same time add method also we are trying to define it. Okay, now whenever I am call a like this add class, I have to create an object, friends. So how we are going to create an object? Just I am creating an object like a addition is equal to, this is the where I am initiating an object, friends. Okay, initiating an object or making use of this class. So straight away I'm going to use it like a class of, I'm going to provide the variables. Okay, so 10 whatever the a variable, okay, a variable data I'm going to provide, at the same time I'm going to provide the b variable data as well. Okay, I'm going to provide the b variable data. Now this is something like a, friends, object. This addition is nothing but an instance. Okay, first instance. Okay, this is nothing but addition instance. So by using an addition instance, what I'm going to do, friends, I'm going to call my add method. Okay, by using this add method, I'm going to get the output that is nothing but my result, friends. Okay, that is nothing but my result. Okay, once I got a result, what I'm going to do, friends, straight away I'm going to use this result. Okay, so now I'm got the result. I'm trying to get it like a, let's try to have it like a object oriented. Okay, object oriented result, which will be representing, because we are not, we want to differentiate it, like otherwise we have a even other method also having a result, so I don't want to make it a like a confusion. So now I'm representing the addition, and I'm getting the result. I'm create an object, friends. This is an object initiation. I'm calling that object now object name dot method. So this is the method will be invoked automatically. The init method will be taken care of this like a current object. Here current object is addition, friends. This current object will take the value of a equal to 10 and the b equal to 20, and in turn it is going to assign to each and every variable, and straight away the variable a and b will be going to sum up with respect to this current instance, because self is nothing but current object. So current object variables data will be processed, and it is going to give the output as a like a output whatever we got it with respect to the procedural code and non-procedural code. Okay, now I'm trying to run this program, friends. So looks like the space is causing some problem over here with respect to the variables. So now add method, I'm properly provided the variables like a equal to 10 and b equal to 20. Now I'm trying to run this program. See, friends, it is giving something like a like this is the output. Whatever we are trying to get it the same output with respect to the oops also. Same thing, I'm performing the addition, but I'm performing with the style of friends object-oriented programming. Okay, I'm providing by using an object-oriented programming. Here I'm initiating the object and I'm calling the add method and performing the addition. Same thing, friends, we can perform this action with respect to the even with the functional code. Okay, here where we're going to use it whenever we are performing something NumPy, Pandas, data analysis, data filtering, and data visualization concepts. There we are going to use this functional code of programming, friends, where only single line of code here. Most of the cases we'll having only single line of code where we are going to transform and perform the output, friends. Okay, so now I'm giving something like an example. Same thing I can achieve by using a lambda function. The addition which I can perform by using a lambda function, just I'm defining the function as a function. A lambda function is the one which is going to take a two or like a as having a two parameters over a comma b. Same thing I'm trying to perform like a comma b here as a two parameters, which in turn going to perform the addition what we have done with respect to the what, friends, object oriented and as well as a simple procedural and as well as non-procedural code. So now what I'm going to do, friends, simply I'm going to get it like a print statement by using a what, friends, functional code functional add, which I'm trying to give it with respect to this variable, and I'm simply calling the functional, and I'm giving the variable like a 10 comma 20, the same values which I'm trying to provide for the other functions which I'm giving as a parameters. Same thing I'm performing. See, friends, I'm getting the same output. So in this way, these are all the different type of like a same activity addition. I'm giving the same parameters 10 comma 20 as input. I'm getting the same output, but I could achieve with the different ways of programming, friends. One is with respect to the non-procedural and procedural code, that is a block code where we are going to use it like a general basic programming. Python basic programming we are going to use it. And for a functional code like a procedural, I mean to say a procedural code also we can perform for the reusability. We are going to use it the second type of block code. And finally the object oriented code where we are going to use it for developing a website or a application, web application development through Flask and Django. And finally, even we can achieve the same addition by using a functional code with single line, friends. See, now till here the piece of lines of code were more than 5 lines, but here only single line I'm able to achieve by using a lambda function. I'm trying to provide the input parameters and I'm getting the result as an addition by using a functional code. This functional code being used for the data while whenever performing the data analysis and data filtering and as well as data virtualization. Whenever you are performing the visualizations, friends, those during visualization also we are going to use this function only, the simple single line function. So this is nothing but a functional code representation. So in this way we are going to complete, like I have completed the three type of thing, friends. So I hope you are cleared with this way of coding styles, friends. If you feel like this video is very much helpful and useful, just try to subscribe this channel, friends, PyNexus. And if you want to give some comments on this video, try to comment on, friends, whatever your findings or your observation you would want to give it. Try to provide your comments and don't forget to like this video, friends. Thank you, and I'm going to come up with the next interesting video in the next video. And thank you. Have a good day, friends.